Hi guys. Sorry for the hiatus. Kind of unintentional, not really planned, and I guess it just kind of coincided with the holidays. I'm trying to figure out this camera. My hands are wet. I forgot. This is the drink of choice. I got some water here, but this is the drink of choice. Dr. Pepper, zero sugar, strawberries, and cream. I want to thank my best friend Connor for introducing me to that when I went and visited him out in Kansas a couple weeks ago, because that stuff might actually have crack in it. It doesn't have sugar, but it might have crack in it. I am not joking. It's so good. I just bought a case of it Sunday afternoon. If they had a 24 pack there, I would have bought it right now. I would have bought it on the spot. I don't even care. No hesitation. I currently have on the Florida and Duke basketball game right now. Florida's down 9 in the second half. I have no faith in them right now. They're dead. They're dead in the water to me. That's just how it feels. They're down 7 now. They are giving me hope. If you give me about 30 more seconds, I might be fully back in on this team. But they're just not that good. Xavier Lee stinks. He's horrible. He's been god-awful this season. He came in to shoot the 3 and be a good point guard, and through the first 4 or 5 games, he was shooting 6 of 34 from 3, which, for you analytic nerds out there, that's bad. That's all you need to know. Terrible. And then tonight I think he's starting to heat up a little bit, but I don't know. They're just not that good this year. I got spoiled last year watching that Florida basketball team win the national championship. I got spoiled. They're down by 5. They were down by 12 at the half. Actually, they were down 34-21 at the half, so I think they were down 13. And now they're down by 5. It's 38-33, 4 minutes into the second half. I am fully back in on this team. There's the TV timeout, so this could be flipped right on its head in 2 minutes. I'm prepared to be heartbroken. This episode might end soon. I'm just saying. Sorry for the hiatus. I'm not really intending on it. I don't really know. Last Tuesday night, I was planning on recording. Had a whole agenda. Probably could use that agenda tonight. And I went to the grocery store after work. Got some stuff to make a big dish for Thanksgiving. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. I think I said it before last episode, before Thanksgiving, but hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. If you celebrate. If you don't, I hope you had a great Thursday. And a good Black Friday. If you don't celebrate that, you're racist. So do with that what you will. But got all the ingredients for that, and I was driving home Tuesday night from the grocery store, and I got a call, a family emergency, but all is good now. So couldn't do it Tuesday night. Was gonna do it Wednesday, but the roommate situation, my cousins, they were here. So, couldn't really do that. Oh, actually, Wednesday I went over to my parents to stay the night, watched some new Stranger Things. Only got 1 episode in out of the 4 because my mom passed out 20 minutes into the first episode. So, that was all we watched. So, that stinks. It's been out for almost a week now. And I just know I'm going to come across a spoiler sooner or later on social media, the old interwebs, on the line, if you may say. But that's been life. Thursday was Thanksgiving, obviously. Couldn't do it that night. Went to work Friday. Contemplated doing it Friday. I didn't, clearly, because I'm here now. But here we are, Tuesday night. We're back at it, man. It's 8:49 p.m., Tuesday night, December 2nd. So basically, Merry Christmas to all who celebrate. And if you don't, again, we're just going to keep moving along. I can't cover everything. I am only one person, okay? I'm Andy. But it's been a really crazy 2 weeks. Not really. It's been very odd not having this to do. Riverside, what are we doing here? You guys are being really weird. You don't record for 11, 12 days, and they just forget about my whole camera and microphone when I switch tabs. Just be quiet, okay? But this is crazy. This is episode 20. I know I stopped keeping track after episode 10 because I can't count that high. I only have 2 hands, 10 fingers. But this is kind of crazy. It's officially 20 episodes. I know when you go to the YouTube, we have 22 videos because I did the hot dog video and then the emergency episode about the UF rant early in the season. I don't count that as an official one. But this is episode 20 officially. I'm trying to crack my back. Oh, God. I don't know what cracked. That wasn't good. But it's officially episode 20, so this is kind of crazy. 20 episodes in, I think we have 14 subscribers. Kind of crazy. Almost 1 subscriber per episode, so that's kind of cool, right? I think so. But I don't know. I think it's a kind of an accomplishment. 20 episodes. We're average about probably 10 views per video, so that's pretty good. I think three or four of those might be me. Just checking on it every time. So that I don't know. Maybe I'm half the viewers. Maybe I'm not. I don't really care. I think it's cool, but I just wanted to point that out for y'all. But a little bit of what's going on in my life. Not really. Last Wednesday, that was also a reason why I couldn't do. No. Was it? This was on Tuesday as well. Last Tuesday. Tuesday was just a very eventful. Oh, there's a dunk. They're down by 7. It's over again. It's over. Fucking, I hate Duke. God, I hate Duke. They're just so easy to hate. I don't know why. Just, that's a foul. How is that not a foul? On what play? Oh, yeah, also, they missed a clear as day goaltending earlier on Duke. That was just ridiculous. The ball, Thomas Houghton goes up for a layup. Ball hits the backboard, and the dude swats it after that, and they just kept playing. Like, okay, there's 2 points for us when we couldn't make a basket. Thanks, guys. You couldn't just give us the 2 points? Bullshit. But last Tuesday, I had to go. We switched insurance providers at work. And this new one, way cheaper, thankfully, starting next year. But they are requiring everyone have a fresh kind of like yearly wellness checkup / physical by the end of November. So I already got it, thankfully. But I went to CVS. Went to CVS. A couple other locations here in town have this Minute Clinic or something. Minute Maid Clinic. No, not Minute Maid. That's the lemonade brand, you idiot. Minute Clinic or some shit like that. I don't know what it is, but they do physicals there. And I got my physical. I think all was well health-wise. It was kind of odd. They made me keep my pants off the entire time I was there. The lady asked a lot of questions. Pants were just down. Yep. They never. Yeah. I don't really understand. Maybe it's just the way CVS does it. I don't know. Kind of odd. Really got cold in there. Kind of put the breeze in between my knees, but she asked a lot of questions. One of those being, they always got to ask the adults, are you sexually active? To which my response was, what are the parameters in terms of like time frame? What parameters qualify you being sexually active? And she kind of just gave me a weird look. And at that point, it was going to be a really long appointment because I was just trying to make a joke, and I think she thought I was being serious. So, sorry, Patricia, whatever. Was it Patricia? Maybe it was Barbara. I don't remember, actually. Sorry, Doc. Tried making a joke. Tried making it funny. Didn't work. Cool. Whatever. Let me pull my pants up, please. I'm just joking. They didn't make me keep my pants out. If this gets out, they didn't make me keep my pants. I never had to take my pants off, okay? I volunteered. I didn't. I let it be known I didn't mind. I'm just kidding. Okay, moving on. But I did end up, I went in there for a physical just to get the checkup for my insurance, and I walked out with both a flu shot and the tetanus shot in my right arm. Because I'm a big boy. 2 different Band-Aids, by the way. And I do have a gripe about that. They don't have any kids Band-Aids. Like the designs and the cool Band-Aid art. They just had the standard, like, skin color Band-Aid. What are we doing here, CVS? Huh? Are you trying to make me depressed at my physical? I'm getting stabbed in the arm twice by a little pokey thing, by a needle. Why can't I get a cool Band-Aid? Okay? Not really a fan of that. Just give me one. About one of each. I'd be happy with that, but to each their own, I guess, because you guys gotta save money or some shit. Whatever. Stupid, man. Come on. I volunteered. I went there just for physical. Okay? I probably made you guys a lot more money getting both my flu and tetanus shots. And you can't even give me like a Toy Story Band-Aid or a SpongeBob Band-Aid? Something? Nothing? No? Yeah, okay. Stupid, man. Stupid. It's just... Ugh. I also had this on my list. I don't really know if we're going to do much sports talk tonight. Oh, actually, we will. We'll do probably the college football playoff talk because I have a system. I think this is so it's conference championship week, if you guys aren't well aware. For college football, it's conference championship week. They are Friday and Saturday. I think 4 Friday, 5 Saturday, or vice versa. 5 Friday, 4 Saturday, something like that. But a lot of implications from these playoff games. Let me take a sip of the zero sugar strawberries and crack, or cream, I should say. Dude. Who needs to find a loving woman when you have Dr. Pepper zero sugar strawberries and cream? I'm just gonna be honest. I do. I'd still want to find love from a loving woman, but in the meantime, this will not really suffice, but it'll bridge the gap, maybe. That's a pretty big gap, though, because you don't see the end in sight for that situation. But I'm just gonna take another sip. So good, dude. What's the score now, huh? Oh, we're down by 6. We've improved it by 1 point. Cool, guys. But I do want to talk about that. That's probably going to be the big thing. The Jags, let me get the NFL out of it. Jags are alive and well. Trevor, he looked really good against the Titans last weekend. I will give him that. He did. He looked very good against the Titans. The week before, against the Cardinals, he looked terrible. Gave me a migraine. I was cleaning up the yard, raking up a ton of leaves in the backyard. We got dumped on. It was like up north when you get snowed on, like blizzards, when they get dumped on up north, and they're like stuck inside for a week or something because they literally can't get out of their house. That was like the leaves back here. It literally happened like overnight. I'm not joking. Like it was like Tuesday night, nothing. Wednesday you wake up, we're just you couldn't see the grass in the yard. It was like 2 or 3 inches of leaves. It was crazy. So literally over less than a course of a week. Oh, shoot that shit, Xavier. How do you get so many open looks? Thank you, Chinulu, for the putback. He gets the most open looks ever. I swear, there's probably a stat, maybe not for college. There has to be a stat out there for amount of separation created when you're setting up for a 3-point shot. There has to be a stat out there for amount of separation created when setting up a 3-point shot. And he has to be, no joke, like top 5 in the entire country in that regard. He's so good at moving the ball and just very fluid, quick movements and getting separation, getting open looks, and he just bricks every fucking shot. I wasn't even planning on getting worked up, but I don't get it. We're paying this guy like 7 figures, I'm pretty sure. At least 6 figures. I think he's making 6 figures. And he just can't fucking make a 3-pointer. That's what you're getting paid to do. You transferred from Princeton to here to make fucking 3-pointers. That's all we're asking you to do. Move the ball and shoot the fucking 3. You can't shoot the fucking 3. I got really long-winded right there. Wow, I couldn't even breathe there. That's kind of impressive. But Florida only down 3. Trevor, back to Trevor. We're going to get back on track, okay? Let's steer the boat. We get back on course here, okay? But against the Cardinals, horrible. I'm actually, about the leaves, I ended up with like 10 or 11 bags of leaves, fully filled. You know, we're not wasting no surface area in those things. Kind of crazy. Thank God I was doing that while the Jags-Cardinals game was on, because that was miserable. That would have made me want to blow my brains out. It was terrible watching Trevor. He had 4 turnovers, 1 fumble that turned into a touchdown, and 3 picks. I think the Cardinals had 14 or 17 points off the turnovers alone, so it was... He single-handedly won in the game and single-handedly also kept the Cardinals in the game for the Jags. So it was... He's frustrated. And then he comes out against Tennessee and just deals, like dices up their secondary in the first half / third quarter. The Jags were up 18-3 at the half, scored touchdown first drive of the third, or maybe second drive, first or second drive of the third quarter. Game was over at that point, 25-3. At that point, we just ran the ball and just ran the clock out, dude. Yeah, we didn't care about anything else after that. Get some water, another sip. That's not a foul. He just got mauled in the paint. Oh, it was a foul. Sorry, my bad. I don't really know what everyone's... Oh, I think they were upset. Why is my alarm... Oh, I got a crock pot meal going. My alarm just started going off. Didn't realize that. I had put something on in the crock pot tonight so I could meal prep some stuff for the rest of the week. Yeah, it's already Tuesday night and I'm meal prepping. Fuck you, huh? That's fuck you for judging me. Yeah, okay, how about that? I put it on high. It's been on for almost 3 hours now. We're going to probably... That's what we're going to do when we cut the recording off, is go make sure I don't burn the house down with the crock pot. It should be fine. It's okay. But Jags are alive and well. They're 8-4. They are tied with the Colts for first in the division, but they technically win the tiebreaker because of record in conference games, I believe, or record against similar opponents, like both opponents that both teams have faced. I don't really know what it is. They have first place technically in the conference right in the division right now, but they play each other this week here in Jacksonville. I'm thinking of going. I don't think I'm going to, but I'm considering it. So there's a possibility. But it's a huge game. I'm so excited. I know my good friend, my good man, Jacob Cooper, huge Colts fan, huge IU sports fan, huge Indiana sports fan. Let me get all 3 of those in there. The Colts are just down bad right now. They've lost 2 of their last 3, I believe, or 3 of their last 4. And it's just the defense is kind of coming back down to earth. The offense has struggled somewhat, but at the same time, Danny Dimes and Jonathan Taylor have still played very well. Maybe not the MVP caliber level that they were playing at the first 8 games when I think they were 7-1. But they're still playing well enough to win these games, I feel like. For the most part. The Chiefs, they were up by 10 or 11, I think, in the second half, and then the offense just shut down. So you can kind of blame the offense there. The defense was bend, don't break. The offense was good in the first half, horrible in the second half. Just didn't do anything. And then turn the ball over, just didn't do anything in the second half. The Chiefs came back and won that game. Last week, the Texans, really tough defense. They just didn't do enough on both sides of the ball, really. But it's going to be a really good game, dude. Like, Jacksonville hasn't lost in Jacksonville to Indy since, like, 2014. But, dude, like, it's just, everyone goes to that streak, and it's like, streaks are meant to be broken, but hopefully not this year. You know what I mean? Like, please let the Jags win this game. I really hope so. The Texans play the Chiefs. The Texans are alive as well. They're 7-5, right on their heel, right on the Jags and Colts' heels. They go to Kansas City this weekend and play the Chiefs in Arrowhead, Sunday Night Football. As much as I hate the Chiefs, I think I want them to win because the Chiefs are the Chiefs are 2 games out of the playoffs right now. The Texans are 1 game behind us. I want the Chiefs to beat the Texans so that the Texans now are knocked down a game and the Chiefs hopefully are still 2 games out if the other wildcard teams win. So that's my chaos scenario. That's what I'm hoping for. Excuse me. That's what I'm hoping for right now. But that would be ideal. The Chiefs win and beat the Texans Sunday night and the Jags win Sunday against the Colts. Sorry, Coop. Hopefully you're not listening. But NFL, very exciting times. Patriots and Broncos are like both 10-2, kind of crazy. Or the Broncos maybe are 9-2, but both teams are 9-2, 10-2, top teams in the AFC. The Rams look like a Super Bowl team. They're 9-3 in the NFC West, or in the NFC West, but in the NFC. The Bears are the 1 seed. What? Where the hell did these guys come from? That's crazy. 2 first-year rookie head coaches. He has the Bears as the 1 seed in the NFC, and Liam Cohen has the Jags as the 3 seed in the AFC. That's insane. Is that not crazy? It is. I'm not giving you time to think about that. It is, because there's no other answer. It's fucking crazy. But let's get on to the college football playoffs, I think. Yeah, we got a bunch of other stuff to say, but let's get on to the college football playoff rankings. I think I might go Waz. Nah, we're good. Now I got a Waz. I'm not gonna lie, I really hate Duke. They're just so easy to hate, especially when you're playing them on the road at their home stadium, whatever the fuck you want to call it, arena. They play dirty, man. They're getting away with a lot. Like, it's a physical game. I'm not here to oppose a physical game. They're getting away with a shit ton though, dude. Like, they are. It's I don't like it, man. They're getting some home cooking. This stupid ass crowd. These stupid ass Duke college kids. I hate them. I just hate Duke. I don't give a shit. I think a lot of people feel the same sentiment, but Florida's down 3. They cut it down to, oh, come on. What was that pass? You're passing to a 7'3" guy and you can't even fucking get it up to him? Idiots. They cut it to 1, and then Duke got a 2, and then they just got an alley-oop to make it 5. And this is just, you just cut it down to 1, man. You had all the momentum. Get in there. Yeah, that's a foul. Thank you. Put back. 45-48. This is like live commentating this basketball game right now. It's a 3-point game. Someone just took a timeout. Let's go. We're back in it. We have 11 minutes to go. I gotta get this over with before the game. I'm freaking out. But college football playoff rankings came out tonight again. Okay. Can I get the bracket, please? Where's the bracket? College football playoff bracket 12-2. Thanks. Got really quiet, man. I don't like it. Not gonna lie. Wait, what's the bracket? I don't care about the top 20. I want the bracket. Can I not? I just had the bracket a couple weeks ago when I was doing this. College football playoff bracket 2025. Is this? No, this is the real bracket. Where's the projected bracket? For the love of Christ Almighty! What? Why is this so difficult right now? There's no way it's this difficult. Why am I making it this difficult? Okay, here we go. Finally. Jeez Louise. I just clicked on it on ESPN. There's got to be a picture of it somewhere, correct? I swear to God, if this ESPN video plays in my headset right now, oh, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see me angry. Not really, but I just need it to load so I can pause it right away, and it's just buffering and buffering and buffering. It's taking forever, man. Come on, just load so I can pause it. Whatever. But the committee doesn't even know how to rank these teams because they don't even have 2 spots filled on this bracket. They just have it labeled conference champion number 4 and conference champion number 5. But top 4 seeds, kind of a little bit of shakeup with A&M losing, but Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, Georgia 3, Texas Tech 4. So they're in the top 4 now. Good for them. They deserve that. 5 seed, Oregon, Ole Miss 6. A&M drops from 3 to 7. 3 to 7. 8 is Oklahoma, 9 is Alabama, and number 10 is Notre Dame. So those are the 10 teams in right now. 11 and 12 they're projecting conference champ 4 and 5. So they are projecting that Notre Dame gets the last at-large bid, and Miami gets left out, Texas, Vandy, all those teams get left out. But this is where the chaos scenario comes in, and where the ACC has just completely butchered this entire thing all season. You can thank Miami. Miami can thank no one other than itself for this, but also Clemson just having a down year. Georgia Tech losing a couple key games at the end of the season. Virginia. So the ACC championship. I'm gonna get ahead of myself. The ACC championship is Virginia against Duke. Virginia 10-2, Duke 7-5. This is where the chaos scenario kicks in. There is a chaos scenario where Duke beats Virginia. Okay, Duke beats Virginia, and that opens the door now to 2 G5 teams making the college football playoff. Hear me out. Stay with me, okay? I just listed all those teams. In my honest opinion, I could be completely wrong. I could be, but this is my logic. I think these top 9 seeds are borderline locks. So Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, A&M, Oklahoma, Alabama. I think those top 9 are locks. People will argue that if Bama loses the SEC championship, loses their 3rd game, that they think they should be knocked out. I'm here to tell you, whatever you want to say it, however you want to list it, a team will not / should not be penalized for losing an extra game that they earned that other teams aren't playing it. It's that simple. A team that makes their conference championship, that earns the right to play in their conference championship, should absolutely not be penalized. On no world should they be penalized for this. It's just because it's preposterous. Why should Alabama, if they lose a 3rd game, which comes in the SEC championship, not even in the regular season, why should they be jumped essentially by Notre Dame, who is 10-2, same exact record as them? Doesn't play in a conference championship. So they just get a bye week. They get an off week to rest and recover. Or why should a team that's on the outside looking in, that's not playing in the SEC championship or in a conference championship, i.e. Miami, Texas, Vanderbilt, Utah, why should they be allowed to jump up over them when they didn't even play a game? When a team that lost to a superior team, a team that's in the conference championship loses a game that shouldn't, honestly, if they weren't playing in. So that's where the logic comes in, is that if they get dropped for losing, you're telling me they're better off just not playing in the game. You're telling me that Bama's better off just not even showing up to the game, or just playing all their backups basically and saying, hey, yeah, well, we didn't even try this game, so you can't really count it against us because no one else is playing and we're playing our backups. It's just preposterous. The logic behind the playoff committee dropping, and I don't mean this just as an Alabama fan. Like, I'm not an Alabama fan whatsoever. I don't mean this as trying to defend Alabama. That's just the case this year because they're the 10th seed, they're ranked 9th this year in the college football playoff seeding. But to any team, like BYU's 11th right now, so they're a little bit on the outside. Oh my God, what is going on right now? We're playing fucking hot potato with the ball, and Florida just can't come up with it. That's backcourt violation. Yes. Defense, baby. Defense. I don't even know if the mic will pick up the clapping. Usually Riverside, for some reason, edits that out. Like, if I make random noises. Like, I could make a fart noise in my mouth, like, and it will probably edit it out. You guys probably won't even hear it. But I don't understand, and I disagree with that sentiment that teams should be penalized for losing a conference championship game. You should absolutely. The only thing that should come from a conference championship game is helping yourself out. If you lose, nothing happens to you. No, your ranks should not go down. If you win, go up. Absolutely, that's fine with me. And maybe, okay, let's say Bama's 10th and BYU's 11th. If Bama loses their conference championship and BYU wins, maybe I think they jump them. I think that's perfect. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine. You're dropping, but not really. You're dropping because another conference champion jumped you. You know what I mean? That makes perfect sense, but I went off on a tangent there, damn it. Another alley-oop. Oh, he dropped it. Hey, idiot, why don't you catch the ball? Ha! Oh, God, Xavier Lee got the ball. Get it out of his hand. Let me live commentate this. Xavier Lee's got the ball. Dribbling. He's about to set himself up for a three. Nope. Oh, Jesus Christ, Hand Ogden. Good Lord, dude. Micah Hand Ogden is like 7'2", 7'3", gets the ball at the top of the arc, flings it to the left corner to Irvar Klavzar, who is like maybe 6 foot tall, and just flings it into the stands. I think he just killed someone. I just giving a fan a concussion. They gotta check on that. That dude slung that thing into the stands. That might have taken a kid out. And if it was a college kid, good, because it's a fucking Duke fan, so hate them. Honestly, I hope it got 2 of them. Blend ball. Boom, boom. Okay. So Florida's down by 5. They're probably about to go down by more right here. Did he make that? Yeah, nice air ball. That was a foul? What play is that a foul? Yeah, I got the same reaction as Chinyalu. What did he do? What? Oh my God, I'm gonna get a noise complaint about this shit. I gotta go inside. I'm getting hot in here. But back to the college football playoff, okay? I'm not even gonna be able to make any clips, any shorts from this because I'm just going like pew pew pew, going off so many tangents, and I can't hold a thought right now. But that's what you get when you take off 2 weeks, you idiot. Hey, how about that, Andy? Maybe don't take 2 weeks off so your mind's not going 1,000 miles an hour, 1,000 different places. But this is my ACC doomsday scenario, okay? My ACC doomsday scenario is so the other. I'm trying to think. The other Power 3 conference championships, I don't really think matter. Like Ohio State, Indiana, one of those teams is going to win it. They're 1 and 2. Doesn't really affect the rankings much. Georgia, Bama, they're both in. Not really going to affect the rankings much. Texas Tech, BYU affects this somewhat. Not really for this scenario. Actually, it does. No, it does because it affects Miami in this scenario. But let's say if Texas Tech beats BYU, okay, no harm, no foul. Texas Tech's still in. I think BYU is still on the outside looking in. If BYU, however, if BYU somehow gets revenge and upsets Texas Tech this weekend, then that changes everything because Texas Tech essentially has to steal an at-large spot, right? Is that correct? Yes. No, that is correct, Andy. Don't confuse yourself. That is correct because if BYU wins, they make it because they are one of the 5 highest conference champs. So they're in. Then Texas Tech shifts from being the conference champion to having to steal an at-large bid now. So that's another spot. So that's my thing is the top 9, Texas Tech's in this top 9. Top 9 is still locks in my scenario. In all of these scenarios, there's 3 spots to be played with right now. There's 3 seeds, spots, whatever you want to call them. There are 3 spots to be. Oh, make that shit, Klausar. Oh, we're down by 3. Oh my God, come on. It was just a 9-point game before I went on that tangent. We just made 2 threes. It's now a 3-point game. Come on! Florida plus 8.5. Come on. I took that in the parlay, actually. I think Tennessee's losing, though. Come on, man. Come on, Jake. J-Rat, get your fucking team in order. What are we doing here? Losing to Syracuse? No, he missed the 3. How do you let that guy get the rebound? You have 2 7-foot guys in the pit. Well, 1. Oh, yeah. No, wait, actually. How big is Condon? He's like 6'11". It was 6'11". Whatever. But let me see this possession real quick, then I can lock back in for my... Oh! I steal! Get it, Z! What? What was the foul on? Xavier Lee picks up the ball, has the easiest breakaway for the layup. There's no one near him, and they just call they stop the play? On what? For what? What are we stopping a play for? Oh, my... Lock it back in, Andy. Lock it back in. Let me get some water. Okay. So in my scenarios, I see 9 locks right now. Okay, So for these, I might play a couple. I might go through a couple different scenarios. There's 3 spots to be had still. 3 spots to be earned, whether that be conference champions or at larges. This is where we get crazy. In this, okay, so this first scenario is the ACC Doomsday. The ACC Doomsday scenario is BYU beats Texas Tech, so now Texas Tech must essentially use one of the at-large bids. So there we go. So that's 10 teams now because BYU jumps into the playoffs now. They're at 10. So that's 10. If Duke beats Virginia, excuse me, if Duke beats Virginia, Virginia's out. They're not making the college football playoff. Duke, however, is not making it easier either because they are not going to be one of the 5 highest ranked conference champions. They just won't be there. 8 and 5, you're not going to make the playoffs. You're not. But hear me out. Or not but so that the ACC out. They're not getting an auto bid, okay? So like you're not getting an auto bid. If Virginia beats Duke, it's all over. This whole scenario is over because Virginia would just become one of the 5 highest champs. But in this scenario, Duke beats Virginia, okay? You're still at 10 teams. But you've only had 3 conference champions make it so far. Big 10, SEC, Big 12. 3. Let me put it forwards and backwards for you guys. Whoop. Let me do this. 3 conference champions. Okay? Yeah. There's still 2 left. This rule 5 highest conference champions doesn't specify Power 4, G5, doesn't matter. There are 3 G5 teams ranked in the top 25 of these college football playoff rankings, okay? Oh, no. Yeah, 3. I was about to say, where'd they go? Tulane. Oh, actually, there's... Yeah, 3, sorry. Tulane. I almost got ahead of myself, said Houston. Houston's in the Big 12, you idiot. Tulane, North Texas, and James Madison. Why is this dog barking? Can you guys hear that? Whose fucking dog is going batshit crazy at 9:30 at night? We're trying to record Shed Talk here. God damn it. Do I need to go check on this? Oh, he stopped. As soon as I took one of the earphones off, he stopped. Nope, he started again. Do I need to be concerned? Am I in danger? Hey guys, let your dog in. It's 9:39 on Tuesday. Why do you even have him out? Just... Oh! I'm about to call ASPCA on y'all. But, back to it. So in this scenario, there's 10 teams in right now, and there's 2 more spots to be taken by conference champions. Hello, James Madison, ranked 25th in the conference playoff in the college football playoff rankings, plays Troy in their conference in the Sun Belt Conference Championship. Troy's 8 and 4. They should roll them. They take 1. The other 2 teams, Tulane is ranked 20th. North Texas is ranked 24th. Oh, it just so happens they are playing each other as well in the American Conference Championship. So the winner of that game is also taking the last conference champion spot, the guaranteed. So you're gonna have your 5 conference champion spots will be. 1 is the Big 10, Ohio State or Indiana. 2 is SEC, Georgia or Bama. 3, in this scenario, BYU wins the conference championship. And then your 4th and 5th conference champion are now either North Texas or Tulane and James Madison. And at that point, there's no other at-larges. At that point, none of these other teams are making it. So Miami's out. In this scenario, Notre Dame doesn't even make it. I have the perfect scenario. Notre Dame's out, Miami's out, Texas out. All these teams are out because you have the top 9, and then you have BYU jump up from 11 to 10, basically, and then you have 2 G5 teams taking 11 and 12. It would. That's the scenario I'm rooting for: is BYU beating Texas Tech, and then Duke beating Virginia, because that's the committee's worst nightmare. The committee's worst nightmare is Notre Dame, Miami missing out, Texas missing out. Maybe not so much Vanderbilt because they're not a big name, but Notre Dame, Miami, and Texas all missing out, being the first 3 left at the door, left at the altar, because 2 G5 conference champs snuck in over the ACC conference champion. Oh my God, rile me up, get me horny, baby. That would be awesome. Okay, next scenario. I'd say a little more realistic scenario. Oh, shoot that shit, Xavier. Shoot it! Oh my God, you're so bad! What was the foul on? Oh, it was on them. That's all that matters to me. He's so bad, though. Like, come on. You have such open looks. Maybe we should start giving him contested looks, okay? How about that? Only give Xavier Lee contested shots. How about that? We'll start fucking making more. Now my 5-6 minutes left. It's probably over, but who cares? This one's okay. So this one's the more realistic scenario, in my opinion. You've got your top 9 are still locks, in my opinion, but let's go a little more realistic. What happened here? A little more realistic. Conference championship scenarios is, let's say Texas Tech beats BYU. Okay, so that's your Big 12 champion. SEC and Big 10 don't really matter. They're all in. All 4 of these teams are locks, basically. So Texas Tech beats BYU, and let's say Virginia beats Duke. So at that point, you've got 4 conference champions, okay? So then you've got your top 9 are all locks, and 3 of your conference champions are in your top 9, okay? Virginia beats Duke, so that's your 4th conference champion. So that makes 10 teams, okay? 10. 2 hands. That makes 10. So essentially, you have 1 at-large and 1 conference champion spot left. So I believe the way these rankings are is if Tulane wins their the way the rankings are is that the winner of Tulane North Texas would take that 5th and final conference championship spot. If James Madison wins, it doesn't even matter. They won't jump either of those teams, unfortunately. So your 5th conference champion goes to the winner of Tulane and North Texas. So then there's 1 at-large left, and the way these rankings are is that it's Notre Dame. It's Notre Dame no matter what, basically, because BYU can't jump them for losing, and Miami can't jump them because they're also not playing a game just like Notre Dame. So in this scenario, Virginia beats Duke, they make it. Let's say Tulane beats North Texas or vice versa, they make it. There's 1 at-large left, and it's, if judging by these rankings, it would be Notre Dame because there theoretically shouldn't be any more shuffling of teams that's not playing. Like, they shouldn't go up, you know what I mean? So that's that. And then is there any other scenarios really that would stand out? No, not really. I guess those are the 2 big ones. The top 4 is going to shake. I don't know how this is going to happen though. Like, so Georgia's 3. If they lose, do they drop out of the top 4 and lose their auto bid or their first round bye? I don't know. How does the committee judge that? Because I think if Georgia loses and Texas Tech wins, they flip flop, so they would just go 3 and 4. But that's the thing is Bama isn't going to jump from number 9 to number 4 for winning the conference championship. They're just not going to. But at the same time, I think Georgia might be an auto lock for a top 4 in a first round bye because once you get down to 5, 6, 7, 8, all 4 of those teams, none of them are playing a conference championship. So it's, again, that goes to my other point of you can't penalize a team for playing in a conference championship and also benefit teams that aren't playing. So I think Georgia's a lock for the top 4, in my opinion. I just think so. You could argue if you want. That's just the way I see it. Same thing with Ohio State and Indiana. They're 1 and 2. I think whoever loses that game is still in the top 4 and gets a first round bye. So that's about it for the college football playoff talk. I had a lot of other random stuff on the agenda. I think we're going to save that for the next episode because I don't really want to say it at the end. You guys are probably already not listening anymore. But we're back. I'm hoping for a Thursday night recording, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll have one more this week. And if I don't, one of you guys can pants me. I'm not saying who. One of you guys can. So decide amongst yourself in the comments. But love you guys. See you on the next one.